Before we get started, please go over to Amazon.com and grab a copy of my book, Education and Justice. If you have an African-American son in public school, you need this book because I teach you the many ways that public schools mistreat African-American boys and what you can do to help your son. So go over there and get your copy immediately. Walmart has figured out how to make African Americans feel good about its brand. All right? So there are some others here. YouTube, Lysol, Sprite, Visa, McCormick, the seasoning company, Dove. There's one there I can't quite read. Looks like Kleenex maybe. Netflix and Google. But again, the one that's doing the best is Walmart. But I got a question. Does Walmart deserve that distinction? Now, we know all of these companies are corporations and they got to make money. They got shareholders, and those shareholders are definitely going to hold them accountable for making money. And I mean, they have a legal obligation to make as much money for their shareholders as possible. We get that. But some of these companies try to play it both ways. All right? Walmart is chief among those companies. Let me show you what I mean. So let's read a little bit from this company, Collage, which sort of keeps track of this sort of thing. It says Walmart's efforts to connect with Black consumers also garnered a positive reaction among the Black community. Walmart's approach is related to the brand's focus on affordability. Of course, African Americans want affordable products, and its commitment to uplifting Black Americans as a whole. So this company says Walmart is committed to uplifting Black Americans as a whole. I don't believe that, okay, for the information that I'm going to show you in just a moment. We know Black consumers have expressed concern about their financial circumstances and recognize an overwhelming majority of Black Americans want brands to do something to combat social and political issues. Walmart directly acted on these desires and as a result, won over many of these consumers. To that point, 72% of Black Americans are worried about their finances, and 83% have called on brands to be involved in social issues in some respect. In response, for Walmart members, Walmart instituted free shipping on online orders and withdrew delivery fees on orders totaling at least $35. The brand also invested a $2 million grant in the name of racial equity, plus another $3.3 million in criminal justice reform. Now, I'll point out $2 million, $3.3 million for Walmart is pocket change. Pocket change. Walmart's emphasis on savings connects to fit and values. Additionally, the brand's ongoing efforts to invest in Black enrichment and taking a stance on social matters connects on relevance and builds trust. These actions, among other endeavors in support of the Black community, helped make Walmart the #1 brand among Black consumers. But again, my question is, does Walmart truly deserve this distinction? Or is Walmart playing the field? Is there some duplicity with Walmart? And the answer is yes, there is some duplicity with Walmart. All right, let me show you what I mean. So I looked up Walmart's political contributions, and this tells the story. So while Walmart gave several $1 million to appear to be sensitive and responsive to African Americans' concerns about social and or racial justice, Walmart was also funding the GOP, which we know is anti-Black. So Walmart is actually trying to have it both ways. So just look, in 2024, it gave over $600,000 to the GOP and less than $500,000 to the Democrats, Kamala Harris. In 2022, it gave over $500,000 to the GOP, and it gave under $500,000 to the Democrats. And we see that same trend. We see in 2020, it gave about the same amount to both parties. But then in 2018, much more to the GOP, and 2016, a whole lot more to the GOP. So now how can Walmart have it both ways? How can it be for social and racial justice on one hand, but funds the party that is anti-Black on the other hand? How does that work? Well, it doesn't work. That math is not mathing. There is duplicity here with Walmart. And do not forget, Walmart completely shut down its DEI programs when MAGA applied the pressure just a few months ago. Completely shut down its DEI programs and fell in line when the pressure was mounted by MAGA. So that leads me to think that we need new partners. We need new partners. Now, the obvious new partners that we need are Black businesses, right? Walmart is right now king of Black business influence and has a whole lot of Blacks thinking that it's in there fighting with us. Well, again, it's time for that to change. And the obvious choice should be Black businesses. And that rings home with me because I am a Black business owner. I am co-owner of a Black-owned law firm. And I appreciate every person who picks up that phone and calls our office. And a whole lot of them are African Americans. In fact, they're overwhelmingly African Americans. We get white clients, we get Hispanic clients. But for the most part, it's Black businesses, Black people who are wanting to do business with Black businesses. So we appreciate that. And we encourage you to support all Black businesses. We need to circulate the money through our community, because what we try to do is we try to take the money that we earn from African-American people, and then we try to seek out when we need services like process servers or whatever, we try to find Black businesses who can provide that service for us so that we're circulating that money through our community. The problem is a lot of times there are not enough Black businesses to provide these services. We look hard, and sometimes we just cannot find the Black businesses that we need to fulfill certain services. Okay? So we need to do a much better job as a community building Black businesses, which is one of the things I really appreciated about the Biden and Harris administration is they increased small business administration loans to African-American business owners so much it made history. A historic increase in SBA loans that went to African Americans. Because before that, we were getting very, 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 very little small business loans. I mean, so much that the Biden-Harris administration did for the African American community, it still shocks me today that more of our community did not go out and vote for Biden-Harris. Apparently, they just didn't know. The Biden-Harris administration did a poor job, talking about all the things they did. I mean, record SBA loans, record HBCU funding that will probably go away now, record unemployment. I know Trump takes credit for this, but record Black unemployment as well as record unemployment for this country. But anyway, we oftentimes just cannot find enough Black businesses. Well, I still want to make a suggestion so that we can stop giving Walmart our money, because we don't want to be in partnership with a company that is giving so much more of their dollars to the political party that is obviously anti-Black. I mean, they were behind getting rid of affirmative action, were behind getting rid of, and they're trying to just get completely, just do away with all the DEI programs, all the federal contracting, all of that, anything to benefit. And when you talk about Walmart not having a DEI program, not only does that mean employees, they be hiring fewer black employees, but fewer black contract companies or companies that contract with Walmart to supply this or to supply that or to supply this. I mean, that's a big hit. And I just don't know why Trump and MAGA are so hell-bent on getting rid of black economic opportunities as if it's hurting whites. I mean, as I said in previous videos, whites control the country. We black people only have about 3% of this nation's wealth, which is not much more than we had during slavery. But they just seem to be just determined. And again, it's not because we're taking money from them. We're nowhere near that. Our community is so depleted economically. We're nowhere near that. I mean, the average white family has 10 times the wealth of the average black family. So they're losing nothing. They're in control of everything. So it just leads me to believe it's just hate. It's just hatred toward black people. Why? I don't know. I don't get it. Well, I do get it. It's just white hatred. It's white supremacy. It's racism. Because we pose absolutely no threat to white America. We don't. I mean, they run the thing. They control everything. I know that they have the fear that the country is going to be a majority country. In a few years, that's the prediction. And so that fear, is what causes them to go so hard against immigrants. And, MAGA right now is fighting among itself because of immigration. I got a video coming out about that real soon. But anyway, I have a suggestion, right? I have a suggestion that we should use, another corporation that we should use to replace Walmart, because Walmart, again, I just don't see how you can play both sides like that. Put a little money aside for this or that blight cause and then use that to say, hey, we're with you, but then supporting the very party that is strongly against us. So what is this other corporation that I'm talking about?